Boston, headed right to Austin, most likely flossing, tight exhausted, high as a forklift, handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California, either state you can get it. I done seen everywhere from Russia to Delaware. Trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona to Bel Air. Petty.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. This is a team that comes into the game wishing there was more on the line, but the reality is they're just playing out the string at this point. Still, despite their disappointing season, you can be sure they'll be giving it their all here. It's the Texans going up against the Jets. So for the call of this Week 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
6 yards to go here on second down.
Here we go. Here we go. Leopard. Here we go now. Let's go. Green 39. Green 39 Philly. Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He'll drop to throw. This is Shepard on the catch. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They're going to look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Leopard. 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 Leopard.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. On first down, Carr. And his first look is incomplete. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. From the gun, it's Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Losing 6 yards there to bring up 4th. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He finds some open field here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
So this game's not very far along, and he's already found the end zone once, and now he started this drive with another big gain, another first down run. I've got to wonder if I'm the defensive coordinator. What do I do in this?
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Carr throwing on second down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go.
Shotgun now for Carr. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
No.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
Here's Carr to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Carr now on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Let's go! Leopard!
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll look to throw here. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Here we go now.
They're going to look to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9.
Here we go now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive
DBs.
backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7th. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On play action, now Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, That was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
On second down, here's Carr. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On first down, Carr. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here's Garrett Swanson now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone. So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Carr now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Carr throwing on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And that is no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go for the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
All right, here we go.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will take the lead at 13-10. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
New York set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. It's good, and it's 21-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
Let's go.
What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Second down following the incompletion. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he powers his way up past the 30. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know, quarterbacks, they're very protected.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
Going to give this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. And now a first down following that long gain.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going up top. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They'll look to throw again. Surveying the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd and 4.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. And it's up and good. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 18 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Texans a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
All the elements of what you want out of a play came together on that one. A really nice run, took care of the football, and even more importantly, taking the clock under 4 minutes now. At this stage of the game, how do you bleed out the clock, take care of the ball, and make sure the other team doesn't have a chance to come back on you? You're looking at your...
Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Offense comes, and the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Carl try it again on 2nd down. And he comes back with 1 complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
In the red zone this time. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Lambeau, he missed it. He missed it left. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Heading out, it's the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted.